Childlike wonder is one of the most beautiful things in the world. The way children view the world is so endearing and so interesting. Children view the world as a place to be explored, a place in which they want to leave no stone of knowledge left unturned. They are curious beings with a sense of wonder that is unmatchable, but that sense of wonder unfortunately diminishes and fades over time. That spark, that fire, starts to fade away. And unfortunately, some people completely lose that passion as they grow up. They lose that fire inside and simply go through the motions each and every single day. While yes, some people still retain their spark from childhood and furthermore embrace it to the fullest and become exceptional people, most people nowadays don't. And I personally, at least, have been seeing more and more of the latter recently, especially with people my age. And I'm still young, so seeing people my age, seeing people this young already lose their spark is honestly kind of upsetting and sad. And dare I say, that I think that the reason for this is that damn phone. Is it ridiculous to say that I think that the reason for many social and cultural issues for people my age is due to social media? Is it ridiculous to say that? Tell me why people are now more afraid than ever to be open about their interests and passions. While yes, there has always been people who are naturally inclined not to be open, kind of like introverts. While yes, that's always been the case, I feel like people are more inclined now more than ever to keep to themselves due to the judgment of others. An introvert chooses not to be open about their interest simply because they prefer not to. And that's completely normal and okay. But the reality is, most people choose not to be open about their hobbies or interests because they're afraid of how people will react. And again, how they'll be judged. And that is so lame, honestly. Both the fact that people take the opinions of others to heart and the fact that people get made fun of at all just for having a soul. I will say though, I do understand on some level how people let themselves and their actions be dictated by the opinions of others, as I myself used to be a very insecure guy. But at the same time, it comes to the point in which you realize that even though it may not look like it, people just don't care. Even those who judge you, they don't care. But how does this work, you may ask? Well, do you really think that someone who bullies others goes home and constantly thinks about how well he bullied others, or about how stupid your hobbies and interests are? Do you really think he's thinking about that? No. If anything, they probably have issues themselves that they refuse to work out and forget all about your little passions and interests within like 5 minutes. They don't care about your interests. They just care about how the way you react to them making fun of those interests makes them feel. Your hobbies, passions, and interests that they make fun of are merely vessels for them to get that sad rush of dopamine of judging you and making fun of you, of putting you down to rise themselves up. They see your interests and passions as nothing more than a weak spot to get a reaction out of you and for them to feel better about themselves. Your passions or weak spot is the source, and them judging you is them turning the faucet handle, and your reaction is the flow of water which they drink up as their sad source of dopamine. Quite frankly, you are in control. You have the free will here. It's as simple as not letting their judgment get to you. Simply just don't let the water flow, and they'll see that the faucet isn't working and they'll simply look for another source of water. You not giving them a reaction ain't shit for them. They'll look for another source of water. I'm telling you, you are the only one that cares this much. They are going to react the way they are going to react. Once you realize this, it becomes a little bit easier to not care about what others think. Only you care this much. You are fighting ghosts. You are fighting imaginary problems. Just let yourself be happy with what makes you happy, with what fulfills your soul. With all that being said though, it's still crazy to me how people get judged at all just for being passionate about things. Like damn, my bad for not rotting in bed all day and actually doing something that fulfills my soul. And this goes back to why I think that passion is dying, because of social media and the art of doom scrolling. Why try to find out what you're passionate about and pursue it if all the art that you're craving to create has already been created, and all the dopamine that you're craving is all on your phone? Social media really does lock people's focus on their phones and only their phones. So much so that they forget that there's an entire world around them outside their phones that their inner child is dying to uncover and to explore to its fullest potential. They don't feel any incentive to do any of that because with social media, you already are connected to the world. I use the word connected very lightly because, if anything, social media has done nothing but isolate everyone into their own little island and has made us all more angry and impulsive because the algorithms put in place on these platforms encourage the idealization of groups of people to the point of dehumanizing them. Hence why it feels like everyone is on edge nowadays. That's a topic for another video. Anyways, I just wanted to make this video to remind people to stay in touch with their inner child, to pursue their passions and to fully embrace them unforgivingly, and to, put simply, be themselves so that they can learn to find themselves and so they can learn to love themselves. And then maybe, just maybe, we'll be able to finally progress as a society.